Okay, so now we've got that masked off. We can add another bark layer now. So let's do that. So let's add another layer on top. You know, we could put this in folders actually. Let's do that. Let's put this, create a folder here like so, and let's just move all these into that folder. There we go. Add a white mask. Copy mask, paste into mask like so, and then we can just remove that from there. Remove mask. Where are you? There you go. Right, so we got it on our folder, which is perfectly fine and much better, much neater. So all this below here currently is going to be for all this. We're going to split it off even further. Well, you are. But now we're going to create our next folder for this area here. So if we come up here, create a folder. In fact, let's just call this, make sure we keep it. So let's call this main trunk. And this folder we can call branch 1, because it's the first one there. First one up the tree. So branch 1 is good. And yeah, we name it all just to keep it all nice and neat and we know what's what. So within this we're going to create another black mask. There we go. And we're going to put in some bark. We're going to put some more bark into this folder like that, and inside here we're going to start painting a little bit. But before we go too far, we're just going to click on this and we're going to rotate the UVs so they're facing the right direction. In fact, actually we're going to make sure that our scale is the same as this. Main trunk, bark, UV scale 7, so we need to make that the same on here. UV scale 7. Look at that, that's better. Okay, so change this to triplanar and get the rotation correct so that the bark is running along the branch like it should, and then carry on painting in your mask in here, and you'll see it'll blend it much better, and you'll get a nice flow. Not quite right on there, but I'm fine with that because it's going to be covered in branches to some degree anyway. So as long as it looks good, so it looks a lot better now. Yeah, that's loads better. I'm liking that. There you go. See, it's worth the effort just to put in that. You know, put in that effort. You get much more satisfaction out of that. You get a lot more. It's just one of those details I was talking about. That you know, if you put in the effort, it does pay off, and you notice. Okay, so there we go. There's our branch painted up nicely. Just make sure you get all this area here. You can sort of see how cool it will look if some of it's sort of stripped back, just by a little hint of it there. We don't want to do that yet. Let's just paint it all. So we'll set it all up first, and then we'll go in and paint it. Okay, so that's that bit done. So, you know, that's running in the right direction there, and that's cool. When we come to sort of like start painting on it and modifying it further, you know, it's going to be, you can even tweak it so it runs up there a little bit better if you wish. It's only a little tweak, might be worth it slightly. Yeah, that's fine, that's good. You know, yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is fix these other branches like I just did with that one. So set up more folders so you can flatten them down, and get them like this one here is not running in the correct direction. Fix that and fix this one here so they're all running. See, this is not too bad. Yeah, this one's probably okay, but that bit there, you know, certainly do the big ones. Do this one and that one. So that there. So you need 2 more folders and mask these out. Reassign the bark inside the folders for that area, and then paint it in and rotate the UVs, just like I've done with this one here, so that you get a nice flow of bark in the correct orientation for your branch. Don't forget to save your file as you go along. Hi, and welcome back. Hopefully you did that small challenge and you added in more folders to mask off your branches so you can rotate the UVs. And here's mine. You can see mine here and up there. That one there's masked. Actually, I can go through and click them. So that was the first one I did when I showed you how to do it. Not that one. That one. This was the second one I did. You can see I probably need to work a bit more into that. Yeah, let me just go down here and sort of paint into that a little bit more. There we go, just covering that up. So a bit on the end there. I did quickly do it. There we go, that's cool. So that one I did. And I did this one up here. Yes. Okay, so there you go. There's my branches done pretty much. Yeah, and that's that one done. Okay, so added in layers like that, and then I added the traditional moss fluffy here. I'm going to start painting some moss onto my tree all around. That'll be the first thing I do, I think. I added the moss and then I added a black mask on top of that. I didn't put it inside any of these folders. I put it directly on top because I want to be able to paint it anywhere pretty much. And you know, now I can. So that's good. Cover up some of this. There's a lot of bark here, so this kind of breaks it up. It's really useful, and it'll blend it with the floor much better as well. And of course, you don't have to do it so strong as I'm doing it here. Okay, so basically, on top of that, I did a stump and I did a projection of an image to get this effect here. Look, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. It's really clever stuff. And on top of that, I've got a dirt layer, so I can paint dirt. Oops, wrong. I can paint some dirt onto my bark or whatever I want, pretty much. You know, if you just paint moss, you'll get this kind of effect here. What you want is this kind of effect here. You can see it's a lot more bubbly. It looks more like moss on top of, you know, growing on top of that root there. Sort of fluffy and more bumpy. And to achieve that, all you have to do is make sure in the main trunk here is to wipe out the areas where you want the moss to be. So for example, if you paint black, if you'll get the edges coming through, you know, you'll get this. If you turn off bark, if you turn off moss fluffy, you'll see what happens. It's that, and then that's where you want to paint your moss. and you'll get the moss only, you won't get the bark underneath, but sometimes you might want both. But you know, on the tops where it's really thick and grown, you know, I like to just get rid of the bark. It's a bit more convincing, I think. You just have to keep going backwards and forwards like this until you get it right. And you can get some pretty decent. This is going to take a while, so what I'm going to suggest is you can do yours. I'll continue doing mine. I'll pause the video and we'll come back. So just do your moss, get it looking really cool and convincing like I've done here, and we'll come back and I'll show you what I've done, and then I'm going to show you how to do this here, and then we'll paint the rest and finish it up. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I think I've pretty much done with mine now. You can see I've painted my moss all around, and I've gone in and I've altered my main trunk mask there so I can get a good result on my moss, because I don't want the bark showing through everywhere. It's just not good. If, you know, you want a different texture on different places, and you know, at this distance it really does look like clumpy moss growing on my tree, which is exactly what I want. And I've put it up in this lower branches here. I might actually continue a little bit and put some more along here, just on the lower parts where you're going to see I haven't done much to the upper branches because it's just going to be covered in foliage anyway. So that's my moss, and then I added a paint layer, just a standard layer, and I started painting this colour. You can see here, base colour, and I just painted the dirt around the bottom because that will blend in with the ground a lot better, and I sort of painted in various parts all over the bark just to break it up a bit. You can see you can see obvious black spots here and there. So you know, sorry, my dirt layer is right on the top, not my stump. I'll show you the stump part in a minute. Yeah, so the dirt, you can see I've painted my dirt all around the base, so that when it sits on the ground it's going to blend in quite nicely. And yeah, big splodges of dirt here and there, dirt underneath this stumpy bit, so it looks like, you know, the weather or the rain has dribbled it down the bark. Could probably do a bit more of that, perhaps, just to stain it. And then my stump here, you can see I've sort of painted this on, and I got this from Texture. So I went on to textures.com again, and where's my textures here? I got this texture here, this wood texture, and I used it as a projection on my image like this. So if you click your layer, so create a layer, click on that, you go to projection, base color, I think it is. Yeah, so drop your texture into your base color and you'll see it appear like this on your screen as an overlay on top of your geometry. And what you do, and you can see as you move your brush around it, it highlights it as if you paint, that's where it's going to be. But what you want to probably do is make your brush really sharp, so you get a really nice sharp image like this. You can adjust this layer here just by pressing S, and then if you move your mouse you can make it bigger or smaller like this. You can rotate it, and the middle wheel, you can rotate it with the left, middle wheel will move it, right wheel will scale it, and that's really useful to have that. But also you can obviously move your your 3D geometry, and that would depend on where you paint on it also. So what you want to do is, I turned on, let me see, where's wireframe here. Turn on wireframe so you can see, and this stump here, I just lined it up and then just painted, literally just painted into your layer, and that's all you need to do, and it comes out onto your geometry. To turn that off, just go down to here, turn off the base color like that, turn off your wireframe, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and it should appear where you want it. Go back to your brush and you have a nice little painted stump there. That's it. That's all I've done, and I think you'll agree it looks pretty convincing. When that gets into Unity, that'll look really nice. So all we have to do now is export the textures. So if we file, save that, go to file, export textures, oak tree bark, because that's the only one we've got, which is good. Go to configuration just to check all of this, which is fine. Make sure you use my Unity 5. My Unity 5, where is it, that one? Make sure you select that. Go and select your folder. You know, the usual place. Project files, I think it's meshes, textures, and you'll have to create an oak tree one in here. So right click, new folder, oak tree 01, because it's going to be another one. So do that. Select that folder, click on the button, so you've got that. So select TGA in here, Targa, I can find it, there it is, which is cool. 2048, that's fine, just export finished, open folder, and there is our textures. So now we just go into Unity and check them out. I'll see you in there.